Welcome to Earthy Remedy. If you've been looking for one low-effort, food-first ritual to help you wind down, sip something savory before bed, and try a gentle surface boost for your scalp, this episode is for you. Today, we're talking seaweed, kelp, wakame, and nori. Stay with me through the episode because I'll share 2 exact single-serve demos, a warm kelp night broth you can make tonight, and a short contact kelp scalp rinse with exact measures, sourcing cautions, and a conservative 7-day microtrial you can start tonight. Try the broth, log 1 short note, and tag @EarthyRemedy with what you noticed.
First, what do I mean by seaweed in the kitchen? When I say seaweed, I'm naming 3 common food-grade types you may already have or can easily find. Kelp, or kombu, thicker, dark ribbons often sold dried. Wakame, more delicate, used in soups and salads. And nori, thin sheets you see wrapped around sushi or toasted snacks. You'll most often find these as dried ribbons, flakes, or sheets. For the recipes today, I'll focus on culinary kelp, dried kombu or kelp flakes, because it's rich in savory umami and easy to dose. Use food-grade labeled products intended for cooking, not supplements. That distinction matters for dosing and safety.
Okay, what might seaweed do for you? I'll keep the language cautious. May support, many people notice, and avoid medical promises. Benefit 1, an evening sensory wind down. A small, savory cup of warm kelp broth can act as a ritual cue. When you slow down to sip something intentionally, your nervous system gets a clear signal that the day is closing. Benefit 2, culinary minerals and iodine. Kelp contains iodine and other trace minerals that, when used as a food in small amounts, may provide gentle nutrient support for some people. Important, iodine can affect thyroid function, so this is not a daily blind practice for everyone. Benefit 3, short contact surface effects. When a heavily diluted kelp infusion is used as a brief scalp rinse, many people notice a slight surface sheen and a pleasant ocean-like aroma that can feel soothing. These are surface, cosmetic-style effects, not treatments, and always use short contact and dilution for topical use.
A few quick, everyday ways to fold seaweed into life before we go deep on recipes. Stir a spoonful of kelp broth into miso or a warm grain porridge. Add a small strip of kombu to a simmered pot and remove it before serving. Or use a single, heavily diluted kelp infusion as a short post-shampoo spray for a little sheen. These are small additions. Food first, culinary second. And remember, I'll walk you through exact single-serve measures in a few minutes, so stick around for the step-by-step. Now, an important safety primer. Please listen closely. Kelp can be iodine-rich. That iodine can interact with thyroid medication or affect thyroid function if used regularly in high amounts. If you have thyroid disease, are pregnant, breastfeeding, a child, or taking iodine-containing medications, check with your clinician before regular use. Second, seaweeds can concentrate heavy metals and arsenic if sourced from polluted waters. Choose reputable culinary brands that test for contaminants. Third, for any near-scalp or topical use, do a 24-hour forearm patch test first. I'll model a short patch test script now so you can repeat it at home. Place a pea-sized drop of the fully cooled, strained kelp infusion on the inside of your forearm. Label the spot and leave it uncovered for 24 hours. If you notice redness, swelling, stinging, blisters, or any breathing change, wash the area, stop use immediately, and seek medical care for severe reactions. If the spot is unchanged after 24 hours, that's a pass for short contact topical use. Still start diluted and brief. Those are the stop rules.
All right, let's get into the first recipe. Now, as promised, here's the step-by-step so you can make it tonight. Name, single cup kelp night broth. Ingredients, 1 small strip of dried kelp, about 1 to 2 centimeters wide and 5 to 6 centimeters long. If you only have kelp flakes, use 1 teaspoon. 1 cup, 240 milliliters, hot water. Optional, for adults only, 1/2 teaspoon miso or a splash of tamari. Equipment, a small pot or heat-safe mug, and a fine strainer or teaspoon if using flakes. Instructions. Step 1. Place your kelp strip or 1 teaspoon flakes into the mug or small pot. Step 2. Pour 1 cup of hot just off the boil water over the kelp. Step 3. Gently simmer for 3 to 5 minutes if you want a little more extraction. Otherwise, pour and steep. Step 4. Remove from heat and let steep another 5 to 8 minutes. Step 5. Remove the kelp or strain out flakes. Let the broth cool to a warm, drinkable temperature, then sip slowly about 20 to 40 minutes before bed. If you add miso, stir it in after the water is off heat so you don't damage the beneficial compounds. Single-serve storage. Prepare to serve and discard leftovers after 24 hours refrigerated. Frequency. For the 7-day microtrial, try the broth 3 to 5 nights during the week and log how you feel.
A few practical notes on that broth. If you're sensitive to iodine or uncertain about regular use, treat the broth as an occasional ritual rather than a nightly habit. Swap to wakame or a light nori sheet in smaller amounts if you want a lower iodine option. And if you're avoiding sodium, skip the tamari or choose a low-sodium miso. Keep the amounts small. This is a culinary sip, not a supplement dose.
Now the second recipe, the topical short contact option. Name, Short Contact Kelp Scalp Rinse. Ingredients: 1 teaspoon dried kelp flakes steeped in 1 cup 240 milliliters hot water for 8 to 10 minutes. Then, for first near-scalp use, you will heavily dilute the strained infusion 1 part infusion to 4 parts filtered water. Equipment: heat-safe jar, fine strainer, and a small spray bottle or bowl for application. Instructions. Step 1. Steep the 1 teaspoon kelp flakes in 1 cup hot water for 8 to 10 minutes. Step 2. Strain completely and let the infusion cool to room temperature. Step 3. Confirm you have a past 24-hour forearm patch test before any near-scalp use. Step 4. For first application, mix 1 part strained infusion to 4 parts filtered water. This is a 1-to-4 dilution. Step 5. With clean towel-dried hair, hold the spray bottle about 20 to 30 centimeters from your head and mist once across the top of the scalp for a single short session, about 30 to 60 seconds of contact. Alternatively, pour a small cup of the diluted mix and gently pour while avoiding eyes and broken skin. Step 6. Do not leave on for prolonged periods. This is intentional short contact only. Start with once per week and reduce frequency if any irritation occurs. Storage. Refrigerate diluted infusion and use within 24 to 48 hours. Discard if cloudy or off-smelling.
A couple of extra safety reminders for the scalp rinse. Never apply near broken skin or open sores, and avoid the eye area. If you feel tingling, burning, or any unusual scalp reaction, wash the area with plain water and stop use. If reaction is severe, seek medical attention. And again, those in high-risk groups, thyroid conditions, pregnancy, breastfeeding, or children, check with a clinician before topical near-scalp use, even if the patch test is clear. How often and how to run the 7-day microtrial. Pick one ritual, either the Kelp Night Broth or the Short Contact Kelp Scalp Rinse. Keep everything else the same in your evenings, and try your chosen ritual on 3 to 5 of the next 7 nights. Use this simple log each night. Evening calm, 0 to 10. Sleep latency, minutes until you fall asleep. Digestive ease, 0 to 10. Scalp sheen, 0 to 10 if trying the rinse. Any irritation, yes, no, and brief note. The goal is a single tidy change, so you can notice small, measurable differences. Expect modest effects, gentle wind down, slight savory satisfaction, and a possible short-term surface sheen for the scalp. If nothing changes, that's useful information too. Quick sourcing and troubleshooting tips before we close. Choose culinary kelp from reputable suppliers that label for food use, and when possible, test for heavy metals or provide sourcing information. Look for product notes like Culinary Kombu or brands that share harvest locations and lab tests. If you can't verify a source, use smaller amounts or swap to wakame or nori for frequent use. These typically have lower iodine concentrations. For storage, prepare infusions to serve, refrigerate strained mixes for up to 24 to 48 hours, and discard if cloudy, fizzy, or off-smelling. If your broth tastes overly strong or metallic, discard it and choose a different brand. Recap. Today, you learned what kelp and common culinary seaweeds are, 3 cautious benefits they may provide, an evening ritual cue, culinary mineral support, and a short contact surface scalp effect, and 2 exact single-serve recipes, single cup kelp night broth and short contact kelp scalp rinse. You also have a clear safety checklist. Do the 24-hour forearm patch test,
Consult a clinician if you're in a high-risk group, choose reputable culinary sources, and keep uses single-serve with conservative frequency. Try one ritual for 7 days, keep that short log, and notice modest changes.
If you enjoyed this, try the Kelp Night Broth tonight and tag @EarthyRemedy with a 1-sentence log of what you noticed. Just one line, one observation. I'll read a few on the show next week. Thank you for spending this time with me. May this small food-first ritual bring a little savory calm to your evenings. Listen to your body. Trust the earth. Feel the difference.